Hello, Scorpios. I'm really pushing it with this mic right here. So let's just cross our fingers, okay? I'm here to do the monthly reading for Scorpio for August 2019. This is the new spot that I've picked so far, and hopefully it does not activate or trigger anyone's mom issues having to look up at me like so. This must be what my little niece sees when I go, Ava. Okay, so we are shuffling for the Scorpios for August 2019. What do we need to know? What advice do we have for the Scorpio for? Ooh, I feel like that's so for you, Scorps. So I've been feeling this energy today. And I didn't do the daily for tomorrow, the 24th yet, so I'm feeling like this is actually for you. This, it's like a pressure energy with time, something about time, and like running out of time. There is no time. Where do I find the time? I don't know, something about that, and it's like really stressing someone out. I feel like it's probably you, okay? Oh, that didn't even go. Okay, one more good shuffle. You guys know I love this deck, but it's just not working. Really, all that glitters is not gold. It's so beautiful and colorful, and I just want it to work so bad. Sorry. Okay. I just really want this one good shuffle, please. I'll take it. Now we are cutting the deck, and we're doing the Celtic cross, so here we go, Scorps. Wow. Bottom of the deck, the Page of Cups. Oh, I'm going to spoil you today. We are going to do a clarification spread right on top of this one right now, so that when I read and interpret and download while I'm doing this, we'll have even more information for the Scorps for August 2019, please. We're shuffling. Hold on. Okay, for the Scorps for August 2019, for the clarification layer for the spread that we currently have on the table, for the certain Scorps that I'm channeling for August 2019. Please. There we go. I'm cutting this deck. I might just go back to using my go back to what works. You know, if it works, it works. That's what I thought. Okay, bottom of the deck for this Rider-Waite is the Six of Swords, Scorps. Meine Güte. Okay, so what we have for a certain Scorpio that I'm channeling for August 2019, the first card, the Nine of Cups with the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Staves. So basically this is someone who had protected themselves. I'm connecting with a Scorpio who's protecting themselves by staying sort of defensive, by just holding onto the boundary, holding on to what's like their own protocol, their own what's safe for them, but it's in a it's very locked up and defensive, like not really letting anyone in, not kind of changing things up too much. It's sort of like, and I feel like that's a past energy, even though it's showing up as like right now. Okay, the base of the reading, the foundation of this energy going on. For a Scorp, I'm channeling the Queen of Swords with the Page of Swords. Very, very mental energy. And I feel like this is the far past, but I feel like this is actually a little bit more recent. But I mean recent, like this year maybe, or maybe the past couple of months. This is a Scorpio who has been watching and observing a situation, gathering information, the Page of Swords, gathering information about this situation, whether it be family, friends, co-workers, a job, or a spouse, or a love interest, whatever the situation, gathering information and really putting it through the meat grinder of their mind, really, really using it to come to the right decision, trying to make sense of it, trying to wrap their head around it, trying to just really, it's very mental. They're really pushing it through the mental faculties. And that's telling me that it's sort of an emotional thing. I feel like I'm connecting with a Scorpio who, I mean, every Scorpio is a deep feeler. Scorpio is the only sign that never produces a superficial personality. So I'm connecting with a Scorpio who feels that entire human experience, and because of that, not overcompensates, but they compensate by being really mental, really, really logical. They try to almost negate their emotions through a mental faculty. And that's what they've tried to do to resolve, or to, in this situation, for as we go into August 2019. In the recent past, something that was recently done about this, I'm sorry, there's this little, hold on. Sorry, guys. In the recent past, something that was recently done about the situation. Now, this is really recent, like very within the past few weeks or so, earlier today, you know, very recent. We have the Four of Staves. It could be an 11-11 Scorpio, hey, or the Two of Swords. So this is the foundation of happiness. This is stability. This is love. This is a great love. This is a marriage, a union, a very much together. It's a foundation, a real foundation on which to build anything you want. So if this is a relationship, business, personal, love, family, this is a relationship that is built on such a solid foundation. Like everything gets aired out in the very beginning. Everything gets sorted in the very beginning. Expectations are managed in the very beginning. This is kind of like the right way you want to enter into a long-term partnership. It's kind of putting it all on the table, being upfront, being honest, being open, being, you know, vulnerable, because that's what it takes. And then the other person does the same, and you both decide in a very mature way what's going to transpire. All of that was held up by this Two of Swords energy. I'm connecting with a Scorpio who, as we go into August, I'm filming this July 23rd, I think. As July winds down and we go into August, this Scorpio has not made a decision about this. They have not taken a step forward. They have not reached out to anyone. They are just totally, and it's a mental energy. It's a very mental lockup, like the meat grinder of their mind just got caught on a tooth, and it's just locked up. This Scorpio I'm connecting with just has not moved forward in any way, shape, or form with this foundation, okay? And it's led them into where they currently sit, which is they're okay. I'm connected with a Scorpio who's okay financially, who's okay with their house, their car, the bills are paid. You know, that's this Nine of Cups self-satisfaction here. However, they're missing the 10th cup, number one, and number two, they're not completely happy because they're always having their guard up. And to have the 10th cup of happiness, you have to let the guard down. You have to just, you know, it has to just fall. And this where the Scorpio currently sits as of July 23rd, these energies could change. I would also like to move into doing, you know, watch the weekly videos, because the weeklies could be like these energetic updates. But, you know, as we are right now, moving into August, this is the energy that's at play here for the Scorpio that I'm connecting with, okay? So that's where you are now. And then crossing this energy, we have the Eight of Swords with the Justice card. This is really sort of incredible. Let me tell you why. Because number one, October, November. So a solar, every Scorpio, whatever your rising sign is, you have a solar chart that begins with Scorpio. So that means Libra is behind you. Libra rules your 12th house in your solar chart, beginning with Scorpio. October is right behind you, Libra is right behind you. So your sense of justice, your right and wrong, your balance, all of that is like behind you when you're walking. So it's not always front and center. It's not always visible. That diplomacy is not always right in front of you. Crossing this energy, you have the Justice card with this mental entrapment right behind it. So this is telling us that in the month of August, I'm connecting with a certain Scorpio who's actually going to do justice to their own life and their own self and their own, it's like they balance the scales correctly, where they're not using mental anxiety. See, that's what I was picking up before I sat down. And that's why I feel like it's not, instead of doing the daily, I sat down to do Scorpio August. And I feel like this is wise because this I'm just getting so much mental anxiety. It's like a lack of clarity, this time pressure. And I know that's not my energy because I feel great. I'm really happy here. It's like, I'm okay. So this has to be someone else. So Scorpios, you can look forward as you go into August, giving yourself justice. Now, let me tell you something about this Justice card. Kind of funny that I mentioned that thing about my niece because the Justice card is the ideal justice of the mother. The mother figure in the family dynamic is the one who is supposed to weigh the scales appropriately and who is supposed to, they're supposed to enact justice in the family life. They're supposed to be the ones to be diplomatic and to call out injustice and to protect the family and to protect the boundaries and to uphold the boundaries and to basically decide the edicts, to basically decide the ethics of expectations and family life and how everyone's going to be treated. And that's the mother's duty. That's the mother's role in the family structure. The father's role is to back it up with action, to back it up with actual protection, physical protection, financial protection, just sort of traditionally. Now, don't take this super, masculine, feminine, blur the signs, ages, genders, because this is just the energy read here. I'm connecting with a Scorpio who I'm feeling like did not have that mother growing up. They did not have parents that were like this. They did not have a father who was going to stand up to an unjust mother figure and say, this isn't right what you're doing. This isn't right what's going on with our daughter, with our son, with our children. I need to take your power away because you're misusing your power. You're abusing your power. So this is like a full circle thing with the Scorpio that I'm connecting with in the month of August, that Scorpio is no longer trapped by their own mental hangups, or they don't want to be anymore. In the recent past, Scorpio has already not self-sabotaged, but delayed their happiness. They've already delayed their foundation, like in a new life for themselves or a new beginning with someone else. And I'm feeling like after a period of this pressure cooker time thing that you're going through, that you're going to give yourself your own justice, the one that your mother or your parent or whoever didn't give to you growing up. And I feel like you're going to put it behind you. I feel like you're going to put it to rest, put it to bed, and move forward. And you're not going to feel, when you feel this resentment, when you feel this sadness and anger and just shame about the past, it is hard to move forward. It is hard to overcome. And I feel like that's part of the negative programming and part of the negative grooming and part of whatever those messages were, from your past. So yeah, I feel that for you, and I'm really happy for you, Scorpio, for taking your power back and moving forward, because you're an adult now. You can be the justice that you didn't get growing up, and that's what I love about being a grown up, is that I get to just be me, do what I want, do whatever I want. It's my party here, and it's just, I design my own family. I design my own life. And it's all justice all the time, 24/7 at Casa de la Natalie. So, okay. I'll do this here. Where you currently are in this situation. See, I feel a little bit of both. I feel like there's this foundation that you want to have with someone, but you held yourself back. I feel like you have everything else that you want. Work is going great. Everything's going great, except that 10th cup of happiness. So what gives? What's the deal? Well, it's that you have this mental anxiety this mental block that you can't really, you haven't been able, it's like you see, you want to go forward and you just can't, and you just don't. So I see you really having the energetic support to move past that in the month of August. Whether you do or not is up to you. It's your karmic choice. Where you are now in this situation is you are in emotional poverty. Scorpio, I'm connecting with a Scorpio who is not entirely happy. You don't have the 10 of Cups happiness right now. You're in this emotionally, you have, I feel like you do have everything else, because this mental anxiety is not about ambition. It's about things that you cannot get through hard work physically. Scorpio and Capricorn, so similar. When you tell a Capricorn, okay, if you go to school for 1 billion years and get a degree, you will make X amount of money, work in this job for X amount of time. Capricorn will say, watch me. Challenge accepted. If you tell a Capricorn, it'll take you 30 years of working in this industry before you'll get to be XYZ, but you will if you stick with it. Capricorn will say, challenge accepted. It's when you tell, same thing with a Scorpio. Scorpio and Capricorn are the signs of survival. You tell us something like that, we'll just say, watch me, Same thing with Scorpio. Scorpios will be able to find success. Anything that requires tenacity, strength, willpower, patience, perseverance, you tell them that goal and they can just apply until they reach it. It's when you tell a Capricorn or a Scorpio, maybe it's just not meant to be. Or it's just not the right time, no matter what you do. If you tell us something like that, where there's no control, because we like to have control. When you tell us something that is out of our control is when we just freak the fuck out. It's when we just go, fuck, It's just, hold on. I know everyone has a great big booty these days, but I do not. I do my squats. Don't say anything. So I just have this towel that's sliding off of this chair. Okay. So that's what's led you here, Scorpio, is that you don't have the 10th cup of happiness because it's not something that you can just work really hard at physically. This is something that you have to work really hard at spiritually on the soul level. And it's just not really something that was at like the forefront of your attention this whole time. Page of Wands. I feel like you want to share this with someone too. I feel like you want to speak this to someone. You want to be vulnerable. You want someone to really know who you are. You want someone to know that you've been through all this and what it was like for you growing up. And it's really a tough spot for a Scorpio because you just don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to be... You don't want to be vulnerable. You don't want to show vulnerability. You don't want anyone to have anything on you. You don't want, but you're being drawn to with someone. And so it's very conflicting. It's very, very uncomfortable for you, Scorps. And I feel that, I get it. I totally understand that. But it's causing you a lot of distress, keeping it within, keeping it bottled up. And that's part of what I feel like is the pressure that's building up within you, is that you know someone, whether it's a best friend or a new friend you want to make, or a family member you want to get close to again, or develop a deeper bond with, or whether it's a love interest, whatever this is. And I feel like it kind of is a love interest because of this card, the 1111 card in the recent past. This is about marriage and living together with someone. So it could be that you're dating someone that you have not taken that next step with because of all of this, is what I'm feeling. But take it as it resonates, okay? And you want to open up, and you know that it's like a huge risk, but I see that it's there within you, it's sitting, and this is where you are right now, the role that you're currently playing in this situation, Scorps. Okay. Ooh, double confirmation on this spread. Okay. So your next energy, if you're able to do this, if you choose to do this, the Scorpio that I'm connecting with, If you choose to give yourself justice and free your mind, what you can expect next. Only if you do this, if you stay locked up and you never make the approach, if you never talk, if you never open up, then this is not for you. You can exit the reading now if you don't do that. I'm talking to a Scorpio that wants to evolve, that wants to push ahead. And if you do this, if you give justice to your own mind and free yourself of that mental baggage, which is what I'm picking up, then this is what you can expect, my dears. Put that a little closer. You can expect absolute transformation of your life for the better. You get everything. It's like you spin the wheel and it lands. It's like you take the risk and it works. You are tweaking out about this relationship, this foundation, this person, and the cosmos is putting it there so that you overcome it, so that you get everything you want. It just happens to be your karmic. It just happens to be your soul test that you have to overcome this little itty bitty hiccup of a hurdle, which to you is like the end of the world, you know, but it's ending this last little part within you. It's killing this last little negative vibration that shouldn't be there anymore. That's part of the old programming. And that is what unlocks your fortune. Putting a death to feeling inadequate, putting a death to not opening up, putting a death to fear, putting a death to negativity, putting a death to your aversion to vulnerability, putting a death to the indecision, putting a death to the stress and mental anxiety, putting a death to all of that once and for all turns the wheel of fortune energetically. That's you alchemizing. So if you watch my daily for, I forgot the date, but it's called The Adventurers. If you watch that daily, I talk about alchemizing negative emotions into positive vibrations, and that's what raises the frequency. That's what actually attracts the wheel of fortune. So doing this, overcoming your mental anxieties, overcoming the mental stressors, overcoming the negative programming and all of the mental baggage. And this is mental. I'm getting very mental baggage stuff from this. When you overcome that, that's what actually energetically gets sent out into the universe and just goes, turns the wheel of fortune in your favor. Okay, my loves. Oh my goodness gracious, I'm crying. So, how other people see you. This is how other people see you in the month of August with the Scorpio that I'm connecting with, okay? For the Scorpio that doesn't do this, you get sent back to the bottom and you just have to keep living in the stress and the mental anxiety, okay? I'm telling you, what you do with these energies, this is the truth of the energies of the Scorpio I'm connecting with. And what you choose to do with these energies is totally up to you. It's your karma. It's a free will choice. How other people see you, Scorps. I feel like this is a best friend that sees you this way because I don't feel like you're going to share with everybody what you're really going through. Because this, you're coming across very honestly. And this is a double confirmation of this Two of Swords stalemate energy. You're in a stalemate with yourself, Scorps. You want to make an approach. You want to make a romantic offer. You want to be loved. And part of that scares the living daylights out of you. It's like you need your time and your space. I get it, but it's not helping you. The time and the space is only adding to the stress. It's only adding to the mental anxiety, and it's only giving you more mental baggage to work through that you're not really working through. Taking the action is working through it. Overcoming this mental thing. So other people see you wanting to be the knight in shining armor, wanting to be the Knight of Cups, wanting to offer your cup of love to someone and not being able to, or not doing it as we go into August, okay? Now watch the weeklies because this will all, energy is constantly changing and evolving and being fluid with every moment of our free will. And that's like the cool, fun part about everything, okay? So they see you kind of like fighting with yourself, and they see it as you fighting with yourself. They don't see anything wrong with you. I feel like I won't even get into that, but they see you fighting with yourself, let me put it that way, about this approach that you want to make. Your hope or your fear, very clearly, my dears, your hope is that you are able to cut through to the heart of the matter with the truth, and that it will set you free, and that everything will work out, and that you will be loved and appreciated for all of the beauty and talents and whimsy. You want to be appreciated for who you really are. You want to be known. You want to share your life with someone. You want to be happy. You want to relax. You want to just be appreciated for your own self-expression, whatever that looks like to you. The Sun card is about self-expression. It's about being loved for exactly who we are. Like Bridget Jones. I like you, Bridget. Pride. Without the smoking, without the drinking, without the inappropriate comments at dinner. No. I like you, Bridge. Just as you are. You, Scorpio, with all of your little mental idiosyncrasies, all your little quirks, maybe you're a little OCD, maybe you don't like to shower, maybe you want to be loved and appreciated and valued and respected for who you really are. You want truth and honesty and victory for yourself in a relationship. You want to be trusted. You want to be free and loved at the same time. Pause for effect. But that's the truth. Okay, so now we are at your outcome card and your future environment card. So how does this all shake out for the Scorpio in the month of August? Well, as it's looking like right now, we have the Tower card and the 8 of Pentacles. So the 8 of Pentacles is the card of mastery. It's the card of working super hard and, yes, waiting, but also just being incredibly proficient at something, okay? The Tower card is the card of destruction and catastrophe, something you just don't see coming. Just don't see it coming. This would indicate that there is a major shock coming to your work-life situation. I would like another card for the outcome card for Scorpio in the month of August 2019, please. You are fucking kidding me. There you are, Scorpio. There you are. There you are, front and center. Couldn't do a Scorpio reading without the King of Cups and the Page of Swords. Could we? No, we couldn't. If you see me looking out the window, there's a hummingbird right in front of me. So I'm just like, okay. So, oh yeah, your outcome card, sorry. So the Scorpio I'm connecting with is going to shake things up. Shake things up for sure. You're going to, I feel like you're the Tower moment, to be honest. I feel like you are going to revitalize, this is, I'm seeing it. The white fire of the lightning bolt, directing lightning bolts. I wonder what was in that video now. But I see you kind of controlling your destiny in a very unique way. Risks. You're going to take some risks. It's going to pay off. Yeah. You're going to see the Tower will, kind of like the Death card actually, it will destroy what should never have been there in the first place. It's a destiny point. It's a point in your personal destiny. And there's something with your work and career that needs to be changed, that needs to come down so that you can be who you really are. Because that's really what this read is about, Scorpio, is you being uniquely who you really are in love and in work. And because, you know, we've already touched on how you are already financially secure, you have the car, you have the house, you have the career. This is you being the master of your career. This is you attaining mastery. Look at how many pentacles he has, and then look at his little shirt all like ripped up and stuff. You've already built this pedigree of impressive resume stuff for your work life. So number one, you can afford to do something very interesting, I think. And number two, it's your wheel of fortune, remember. So you have the next energy coming in. Once you bring justice to your mind, you turn the wheel of fortune, you put a death to everything that's no longer you. So this is directly affecting this. So this is changing your fortune for the better, for the positive, getting rid of everything that you don't need anymore mentally. And it leads to everything else in your life adjusting accordingly so that your life really does reflect who you are on a soul level, so that your friends, your family, your relationships, they all reflect authenticity, because that's really what Scorpio is about. Scorpio is about the truth, authenticity. You're tired of the masks. You're just tired of a lot of shit, okay, Scorps? And how it ends is coming on like a hurricane. My lightning's flashing across the sky. That's you, Scorpio. By the end of the month of August, you're going to be taking like a shocking twist and turn in your career. And I feel like it has to do, see, there's like a lot going on with these 3 cards, because King of Cups is a man in love. It's a man in love. He is so in love. Look at the waters that he's sitting on the concrete slab. This man is in love. He loves emotions. He's an emotional person that he leads with his heart, really. So it's like you're going to, by the end of August, I'm connecting with a Scorpio who's going to lead with their heart. They're going to lead with who they really are inside and lead with their heart's desire. And it's going to put a tower moment to something having to do at work or a contract or something. And then where does that go? Where does that lead? It leads to the future outcome card, the 4 of Swords with the Knight of Wands. It's very interesting. Can I have another clarifier, please? Because these are 2 completely different energies. This one's like taking a break, taking a breather, meditating, and then the Knight of Swords is obviously full speed ahead, going off the rails on the crazy train. Can I have a clarification card or an additional card for the future outcome for Scorpio that I'm connecting to for August 2019, please? Well, well, well. What have we here? We have the woman of Scorpio's dreams, or the ideal feminine if you are the female Scorpio. So what this leads to, you cleansing and purifying your mental processes and your baggage, you changing things up in your career, doing something really interesting and dynamic and different, and, raising your vibration, putting up the standard of integrity. After that, it leads you to rushing towards your Empress, rushing towards, if it's not the Empress, if it's not a female person, because I feel like, let me feel it out here. After you put a justice to your mental baggage, after you get rid of all of that holding you back, I feel like when your fortune turns and when you put a death to everything, you can go in. You can go in and make your approach. That's just what I feel like. But this can also just be luxury, wealth, health, happiness, just really opulent lifestyle. The Empress is also luxury. She just attracts. She's magnetic. So there's something very healing about going towards this lifestyle, going towards this feminine that is really good for you, Scorp. And it's really about, it's like you take another think on it, like another meditative session, and you realize that this is the vibration that you want. This is your energy. This is your, your perfect person, your perfect ideal lifestyle. But it's also about the lifestyle like that you want to live in, that you want to have as your everyday reality. Okay? So let's go ahead and pull a Moonology card for advice for the Scorpios for August 2019. What can we expect for? I don't know when that one turned, but we have luck is on your side. Dear God, hold on. Conclusions are within reach and a time for healing. What did I say? Conclusions are within reach, luck is on your side, and a time for healing. Okay, Scorps, this is what I got for you. This should be resonating on a solar personality level. If you'd like to check your rising sign, you can go to alabe.com, ALABE.com, or Cafe Astrology and get your own natal chart. And you can check what your rising sign is for what you can expect to happen in the physical reality, because the ascendant rules your physical self. So if you are a Scorpio moon, this could be resonating with you on the emotional level, in your how you feel it in the emotions. Okay, Scorps, if you got a lot, I don't have it with me, but if you got a lot out of this reading and you want even more nitty-gritty information, getting super Page of Swordsy to add to your bank of information to make more decisions, go ahead and book me with a personal reading, theartigan.com/tarot, and we will dig into it. And I'll see you later, Scorps. Okay, bye.